Morning guys. So didn't do a video yesterday because obviously bank holiday, and today for probably half a day we're back at the WREN kitchen we did a couple of weeks back, and we're laying a click clock vinyl tile floor with built-in underlay. So we're just going to start laying ourselves out. As you remember guys, this is the kitchen we fitted not too long ago, so it's all looking nice. So today the panels will come off and be trimmed to fit. This is the flooring we're laying, and it's going to run that way. So the first job is to whip all the plinths off so that we've got a nice starting point. Probably going to put tile middle of the doorway there, run it through dead straight, and then work our way either way. That way then when you come through the lift through the hallway there, it all looks like centered. That's the plan anyway. We'll plan it out and see how it works. Throw some tiles down, just go left to right and just see what sort of cuts we're going to end up with. But this stuff just gets cut with a knife, so it's pretty straightforward. So without further ado, let's get stuck in. Okay, so we've done a rough layout. Got two tiles dead centre of that doorway coming through. Ignore the pattern, this is just to see how it spins out. Got a decent size cut that side and a reasonable size tile cut that side. Obviously we're not going to get it perfect because we've got to try and visually centre it somehow. So at the moment that line is looking pretty neat. I'm pretty happy with that. I can live with that. So that's how we're going to start. So we're just going to throw first couple of lines through, take that panel off, take this panel off, trim them down, put them an entire under and back on, and then we'll work our way through the rest. The washing machine's got to come out, which is one of our first jobs as well. So then we can take the panel off and trim that and get underneath there as well. So let's get stuck in, get the washing machine out and go from there. Okay, so we put a bit of scrap across there. We marked the panel that's been trimmed. We've done the same on this one. We've run our first line through and our first cut. So we can put that panel back on now. Do not go under the feet. That's a big no-no. So let's get this first panel back on. Mickey's just bringing it in, and that'll help hold it all in place a little bit. And there we have it. That one's back in, sitting lovely on the floor. So we're going to do the same on that one. Get the first row through, and then we can then go left to right. Happy days. Okay, getting there. We're probably a quarter of the way through it, believe it or not. We've got 2 panels back on now. So we've now got that panel back on, that panel back on, it all looking lovely. We're just going through there. We're just going to finish this section, and then we will then move that way, which is the easier side. So when it comes to scribing, guys, it's really quite simple. So we've run this row through already. So this row's already been run through. Pretty straightforward cuts to the feet, no problems there. So we need to cut one to go here now. So all you're going to do, you put one exactly on top. You're going to line it up with the edges. You then get a straight edge like this, from foot to foot, like so. And that will mark up that line. Then grab another full tile, put it on there, foot to foot, and that will give you that cut. And then you've done, you should have that. And then when we cut that out, which I'm going to do with a multi-tool, because you just scribe and snap with these, but with the L-shaped one, sometimes it's easier just to cut it with a multi-tool or a jigsaw. So I'm just going to whip that out, and that should go straight in there. Then it'll be a couple of cuts there, then it'll just be a few standard-ish cuts there. Might have to do a bit of multi-tool work there, just on that. Which that one there, I'm not going to try and pull that out because it goes in behind the architrave, so I might have to just do a multi-tool cut on that little bit, and then a little multi-tool on the architrave, which I'll show you in a bit. Okay, so we've scribed in around that foot. All we're going to do now is start looking at this architrave and this door frame. So that one's in now. It's within the thresholds of the upstand and the plinth and whatever. So now we're going to cut out. I've already done the architrave, so I'm just going to get a multi-tool, scrap bit of flooring. We're just going to cut that out, go into the frame a little bit, take some of the frame out as well, not all of it, about 5-6 mil, just so you can slide a bit of flooring in there. You can do that both sides, and then you do it there as well, and hopefully we can cut and slide some pieces in. But this is where it gets tricky when you're going into a door frame. Once you've done your multi-tool, just get a little chisel like that and just chisel away at the frame on both sides, just like that. You should now have a very small groove on either side to allow your flooring to slide under. So let's get this bits cut and done. Okay, so those rows in, and it's gone underneath our decor panel there, and you may be wondering, how did I do that? Well, I cut them to length under the right places, and all I've done is I wound that foot up, slid those two in, dropped that one in, and then just slid it back and wound the foot down, and then you got perfect spatial expansion. It's dead in line. We've got a little pencil mark line up our centre of tile. So all I've got to do now is put a couple of slivers in there, and that's this side almost done. And then obviously I've just got to put a sliver there, and then we can put the machine out from that side onto the floor and then go that way. Okay, so similar principle as before. We've measured our centre of tile. We've then got one, make sure it's the right pattern. We've then cut it to size. We've then put that roughly in place, and then a full width of tile to give us our cut. So that's going to be our piece with a little expansion. And once we've got that, then we can cut a little bit out into that corner just to sail it underneath. So we cut that off first. This is the piece we need. We've cut it and we've put it in place, and we just slid it in, and now you can see there's a gap. So what we're going to do, because we've still got this much to play with, so what we can do is we can literally draw around that edge like so, knowing that we've got a bit more to play with than that, and then we can just reduce that bit by bit until it slides in. And there you go, we're on our mark, and we're completely under there. Everything looks lovely. All I've got to do now is try and do something similar here. So what we might have to do here is go deeper on this side, enough so that we can drop it in, sail it in so that it clips down. We have to just remove the lip on the piece that's going in and then slide it back. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so once you've got your template cut, what you're going to do is you're going to get a file or a knife or something, and you're just going to take the little lip, this little lip that's here, you're going to remove it so that it will slide under, and you can put a little bit of glue on that instead. So let's just get it in there. Okay, so she's locked in at that end, so all we've got to do now is give it a wiggle, and she's now locked in. Give it a little pry to get that locked in. Once we're happy, we can then put something on that and just tap it this way, and it should all interlock. And there you go. You don't have to worry about that because you've got a threshold bar covering that, so the threshold bar will cover that now, and then it's looking hunky-dory. That's that piece in, so now we're going to have a clean up, put that panel back on, put a couple of slivers in now, and then we can work on that side, and it's exactly the same principle. Okay, so flooring is down, it's under the washing machine, so we just got to sort out some threshold strips there, and a little something there to fill that gap up, and then it just needs some new skirting there, a bit of new skirting there, and potentially a bit of skirting and stuffed in there just to finish it off properly, but that's not on us at the moment. I'm not sure what the client wants to do regarding the skirting. So we're just going to get the threshold sorted out and get that sorted out, and happy days. That's it, we're done. Thresholds are in, silicone around the base panels. So it's all siliconed all the way around the decor panels and the bits and pieces. We've got a bit of threshold across there. But that's it, all done. Here, that's another floor finished and done. That kitchen's now basically ready for the tiler and the decorators or whatever they're going to do with it. So that's it, another job by DC Joinery, another happy client. Don't forget guys, like, share, follow, hit that notification icon and that subscribe button. And we will see you tomorrow doing some fitted wardrobes. See you tomorrow, bye bye.